Landscape design imaging software is proud to announce the new release of GreenScapes for landscape imaging. This program allows you to take a picture of your potential project with your digital camera and show the customer what that project is going to look like when it's completed, with landscaping, pavers, concrete, ponds, waterfalls, all this before they actually make their purchase. Just think about how many times you've shown a customer a blueprint and see that blank look on their face. Then they ask, "Where's the front door?" You know they just don't get it. You know what an Acer palmatum looks like, but do they? To them, it looks like a squiggly circle on a piece of paper. You can drive them around the neighborhood for hours to educate them, but why not just show them a picture? A picture is still worth 1,000 words and many hours of your time. Because, as you know, when a customer can visualize the difference of a professionally designed landscape and the curb appeal value it adds to their home, it takes away their doubts and concerns and motivates them to get the project going, even in the winter. Now your customers will be able to visualize their dreams in full color thanks to you. This will separate you from the competition like nothing else on an even playing field. Now that you've seen many projects our customers have done to sell their designs, you may be wondering, how do I do that? And how hard is it? Well, now I'd like to take a couple minutes to show you just how quick and easy GreenScapes imaging software is to use. First, you'll start with a picture of your customer's home that you've taken with your digital camera, and you will open it in the program. Next, you'll want to clean up the image. You'll notice we have some roofing material left up here that we want to remove from this image. We'll use the clone tool. The clone tool allows you to grab colors and textures from the picture to remove unwanted objects like this roofing material. Now you're ready to start designing. But before I start planting, I'd like to place some pavers on the driveway, add a walkway, and put in some green grass. You will accomplish this by using the drawing tools. Simply click points on the edge of the driveway with your mouse, and when you get back to the beginning, the polygon automatically closes, turning that area gray, indicating you're finished. Then you select a manufacturer of pavers that you want to use from the pull-down list. Select the product and color you want to use from the visual library. Adjust the perspective of the pavers by dragging the handles along the edge of the driveway. Once you have the perspective set, you can change the driveway to different products, colors, and patterns by simply clicking on one. You can adjust the scale of the pavers by using the scale slider to make them smaller or larger. Now let's extend the walkway out a bit and bring it over to the driveway. Again, we will use the drawing tools. The drawing tools are flexible enough to let you edit what you draw. Now we want to grab the same pavers to fill in this walkway area, and then we'll adjust the perspective. To add grass to this area here is just as simple. Just draw it in. Pull up the grass library, select the one you want to use, and adjust it. And now for the part you've been waiting for. The program comes with a plant library with over 4,000 different high-resolution trees and shrubs, annuals, tropicals, and desert material. There are also over 2,000 miscellaneous hardscape items in the program, like swimming pools, rocks, lawn furniture, fences, and outdoor fireplaces, just to name a few. To place a plant in the image, select the library that you want to pull a plant from, like the tree library. Find the tree you want to use, and then double-click on it to bring it to the screen. You can size it down by dragging on the corner handles, and then place it where you want it to be. I want to make it look like this tree is on the side of the house, so I need to trim off some unwanted sections by using the eraser tool. I could change the cutting brush size to a larger brush so that I could cut the tree faster. Then I drag my mouse over the area I want to cut off the house so I could see the edge of the house. Then I could zoom in and uncut along the edge of the house to do the detailed work. Now let's place another tree in the image to the right. I'll size it down and drag it into place. Now to demonstrate the independent object ability of the program, I will drop a large holly behind this tree, and without affecting the tree that will be in front of it. I will speed up this process with some editing to make it go a little bit faster here. Now I will use the send it back command to send the holly behind the tree. Now the holly looks like it's behind the porch and behind the tree, which is the effect I was after. Now I want to place a few small shrubs here in the front. I'll place one in, size it down the size I want it, then I could copy it by using the duplicate command, and then move them into position. Now that I see them, I'm not sure I like the purple color, so I want to change them out to another shrub. You can drag and drop plants on plants to switch them out, and you can see they automatically size to the plant they're being dropped into in seconds. Now I like to place some mulch under the plants and around the grass. Yes, I could have done this earlier, but I wanted to demo how you don't really have to do things in order, and I could just pop the mulch underneath the plants and grass. So now that I've drawn it in, I'll fill it with mulch texture. Notice I was not concerned with following the lines because I'm going to send it to the back behind everything. I'm going to add a small rock and some blue fescue to demo how you only have to use part of an image from the database by simply cutting off all the stuff you don't want. One of the tricks you will learn is how you can paint with flowers along the grass area here. First, I find the flowers I want to use, then I size them down, and then I will make copies of them all along the grass area here. I want to make sure that the ones in the front are a little bit larger than the rest, so I select on them and size them up just a little bit. Now I want to group them together as one unit. To make sure I get them all, I'm going to select them by their name and then merge them all together. Now I will erase all of them by using the crop command. Then I go into unerase and I draw them where I want them to be along the grass area. I like to call this painting with flowers, if only it was that easy in real life. Let's bring the tree in front of the flowers here. Now I'm going to pop in a large rock and a few other plants to finish this off. And I will save this image. Once the image is done, of course you can print this out in full color on an inkjet printer so that it looks like a photograph. You may also want to add a before picture and your company logo. It's simple to do. You just import an object, find your before picture, size it down, and place it where you want it. I've brought in the logo. I'll size it down because you always want to put your logo and phone number on the image. The other thing you may want to do is label things in the picture. For example, I'm going to label this as the before image. So I go up here to Tools, Add Text, and I'll just grab the text and place it where I want it. The other feature we have is you can also email this to your client directly from Outlook by going up here to File, click Send JPEG Email. It automatically converts the image to a JPEG file and attaches it in your email program. Let's open this up so you can take a look at it. You can see here we have the full image with our before and our logo in it. Another great feature that I haven't shown you is that the images can be saved as a work in progress. I'm loading up the image right now, and as you can see, everything in the image is still an independent object, so I can change it around. I could bring up the pavers, and I could even drag and drop them onto the driveway and try out different paving colors and patterns in a matter of seconds. So if the homeowner changes their mind, it's not a problem. You could go back in and edit and move anything in the image that you've put in. And if you do outdoor night lighting, you could bring up the lighting fixtures, place them in the image, and then export the file into GreenScapes night lighting. So now that I've placed in a few lights, I'm going to save the image again for lighting effects. Now the image is in GreenScapes night lighting. In the night lighting program, you could create different lighting effects. First, I will turn it dark. Then I will cut away into the darkness to let the light show through on these fixtures. You could also do spread effects with the mushroom lights here on the walkway. And I can also draw with light on objects. This is the final effect. I can switch back to day and different degrees of darkness. And of course, this can be printed out in full color. Now, if you're concerned about how you're going to learn to use the program, GreenScapes has you covered because it comes with training movies for every command in the program and tutorials like the one on the screen now that will walk you through the process of creating an image from start to finish. Now that you've seen how easy it is to use, and you've seen real projects done by our customers over the years, you know this is a tool you should add to your collection. So the next time you present a blueprint to a homeowner that just doesn't seem to get it, remember you could have shown them a picture of their house landscape in full color and just let it speak for itself. After all, a picture can be worth thousands of dollars to your business. Contact GreenScapes today at 772-647-8147 or visit us on the web at landscapedesignimagingsoftware.com. And find out how you can get a copy of GreenScapes imaging software and start selling more landscaping faster and easier. Save time and make more money using GreenScapes.